Dear viewers, welcome back to our channel. I've not been feeling well lately, so that's why you've not seen latest posting from Yoleno. But thanks God, we are here. Well, I hope you're feeling well from wherever you're watching our channel. And as usual, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button if you're a first-time visitor. But if you are a regular visitor, please, you can hit the like button and you can give us a comment below there. Now, today we would like to discuss or rather talk about Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi has gone through hell. I mean, the ups and downs of Jimmy Wanjigi. You remember from the time Jubilee came into power for the second term until lately, he has been through a lot of problems with the government. Going by the history, it is said that Jimmy Wanjigi played a critical role in uniting Uhuru Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto. That was in 2013 when they were actually vying for the presidential seat on a joint ticket under Jubilee government. Jubilee party. Well, let's not dwell on the past. Let's talk about the recent happenings, actually the happenings of this year, 2022. You know very well that Jimmy Wanjigi was in ODM and he wanted to contest the ODM flag bearer against Raila Amolo Odinga. So he made a lot of inroads in Nyanza, trying to campaign, trying to talk to the people into buying his vision of leading the country. So Jimmy Wanjigi has gone through hell. You remember the delegates decided that no, we ODM will not front a presidential candidate. That was the first problem that Jimmy Wanjigi faced. As a result, he kept on soldiering on with the struggle to be the flag bearer until the time when he could not handle it anymore. Now he was forced to decamp to Kenya Kwanza, or rather to Kenya Kwanza, William Ruto led coalition party. So he joined Kenya Kwanza under the banner of Safina Party. Of course, Safina Party was actually previously led by Paul Mwite. But then they nominated Jimmy Wanjigi to be the flag bearer for that party. I don't know on what basis, but that was the verdict as far as the delegates were concerned. Now, Jimmy Wanjigi, after joining Kenya Kwanza, again found that he could not, stay in that umbrella anymore. So his ambitions to be a presidential candidate kept on growing. Now I think as a result, he was forced to, contest on his own. So he submitted his papers at Iebc, and as usual, there was a submission of signatures and everything. Those are according to the regulations, you're required to submit those. And then there's a provision of your valid certificates, that those are requirements for you to be a presidential candidate. Now today was the day that actually Jimmy Wanjigi was supposed to be given a nod to be officially be a presidential candidate for Safina Party. But then the blow that Wanjigi received from his one and only Chebukati was one that was unexpected. But then I don't know what transpired that led to this kind of decision. But according to Chebukati, he says that Jimmy Wanjigi did not provide him with a degree certificates, the original copies, because those are the ones he was looking for. But Jimmy Wanjigi failed to submit those documents. And also he's saying that the signatures might have not been enough, so that's why maybe he could not actually give a nod to Jimmy Wanjigi. We as analysts, we think Chebukati was being a little political, because Jimmy Wanjigi is claiming that Walter Mung'ore, famous known as Nyambane, brought the same documents, but he was cleared. But Jimmy Wanjigi is saying that why is it that his case is a bit different, it's handled different. But you see, I look at this case of Jimmy Wanjigi, and I realized that could Jimmy Wanjigi be a mole for Kenya Kwanza? I think Jimmy Wanjigi is a Kenya Kwanza mole, because if you look at most of his campaigns, he goes to Nyanza. He's trying to woo the Nyanza people into voting for him. You know, by Nyanza people voting for Jimmy Wanjigi, that means Raila will be losing votes. I think there is something sinister in this Jimmy Wanjigi's candidature. It is not that he's sure per se that he's going to win, but he wants to spoil the Nyanza votes, because that's why most of the time he is in Nyanza. Why not Coast? Or why not, other areas? Why are you always in Nyanza? The sole reason is to spoil the Nyanza votes, so that Raila can lose some of those votes. I think Chebukati might have been political in its decision to deny Jimmy Wanjigi the ticket. So what next for Jimmy Wanjigi? What do you think Jimmy Wanjigi will do? I think Jimmy Wanjigi will join Kenya Kwanza and campaign for Ruto aggressively, because he can't go back to Azimio. He's not an Azimio. Him and Uhuru Kenyatta cannot see eye to eye. I mean, they were friends previously, but now they are those. It's like the case of friends turn enemies. So Jimmy Wanjigi, the only option left is to join William Samoei Ruto and campaign aggressively for William Samoei Ruto. During the Bomas meeting between Iebc and Jimmy Wanjigi, there was some kind of drama, whereby when Jimmy Wanjigi rose to actually complain about this unfair denial of the presidential of the certificate to actually be a presidential candidate, he talked about this whole process being political. He even insinuated that he was going to appeal. So he started talking bad about Chebukati and the team. That's when the technical team had to switch off the mic. So this was a protest from Iebc directly to Jimmy Wanjigi. So what are we saying as Yolena? We think the whole process of denying Jimmy Wanjigi the candidature is meant to shut Jimmy Wanjigi completely, so that he can stop interfering with Raila Amolo Odinga, because he will not be a presidential candidate. So the best he can be is to support Ruto, but not to be a Kenya Kwanza party, because the time frame, he can't join Kenya Kwanza at the moment. You remember the cases of PA, the cases of Maendeleo Chap are facing the similar problem, because they have been declared by political registrars of political party that they are not part of Kenya Kwanza. So they are there as friends, but not as members of Kenya Kwanza. So ladies and gentlemen, we've seen a lot of things during this past week. And I think from the look of things, we are likely to see some shift in campaigns, some shift in how people are going to move forward in campaigns. And again, I think Iebc has succeeded in reducing the list of those presidential candidates. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to leave you with those few remarks. But please tell me, do you think Jimmy Wanjigi was right to contest, or rather to contest the decision in front of Iebc officials? Do you think he was right to do that? I don't know. You tell us below the comment section. But I would like to leave you with those few remarks. Please, if you've not subscribed, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button. Once again, may you have a lovely night.